Alright, let's start it up. We are back from another game of Deceive Inc. We're playing Octo here today. We're back from our little holiday break. Probably not totally, there'll probably be another interruption around the New Year's time. But for now, we are back. Let's hope I still know how to play this game. This is the first game back in like 3 or 4 days. And well, we'll do our best. We're doing Octo here. I like Octo a lot. Even in the like new meta post-holiday Rumble update, I think this build is okay. I think you can definitely win games with it. You know, is it a free win? Definitely not. You know, is it? You know, it might be harder than on some other characters, but I think it's very doable. Also, this is my favorite Octo build. We're running weapon 1, expertise 3, passive 2. And I wasn't going to run my favorite Octo build because I assumed I had videos of it, and I didn't. I checked, and I apparently don't have a single Octo video that's running this exact build. So this one's my favorite in case anyone wanted to know. I'm just going to grab a bit more intel while we're walking this way. All secure like, and away we go. In we go. Hi, the heck? Okay, well, that's fine. So let's talk about the weapon. The weapon 1 is usually not widely, but to most people on paper, the weapon 1 seems pretty weak, and I actually stand by that. On paper, this weapon seems very weak. Your hip fire shots are going to do 10 damage to the body and 20 to the head, which is just not much. The fire rate's, you know, quick, but not like fast. There's another player out there, obviously. Probably this guy right there. For sure, yeah. For sure? No. There it is, okay. Goggles first, then this. Hey. Goggles back off. We need a little sit down. So, yeah. We talked about the damage, and then we also, all of Octo's weapons have an alternate ADS mode. That looked playerish to me, but it could have just been an NPC freaking out. Let's see if they open a safe. As we hack our way in. They did open a safe. We don't have our goggles, so let's hope it's okay. It is.
Got better use for my intel.
Okay, I think you're just the guard, but if that door opens, then I'm shooting you. Need to sit down. So all of Octo weapons have this ADS fire mode. You see me using it basically only here on the people we're fighting. Pretty much it consumes intel instead of ammo, so you can see my ammo hasn't gone down at all. We haven't fired a single shot that uses ammo. This is a little wiggly. Are you okay? Or are you are you okay? We'll talk about how I knew they were okay in a minute. So the ADS consumes 1 intel to fire, and then each shot does 20 damage. And it's been kind of hard to see in the fights we've taken so far. I might fire a shot off somewhere relatively safe just to show it off. I should have gone to BI. That was my intent, but now we're climbing the stairs to A. But the projectile is very big. It's very hard to miss shots with this gun, which is why I like it so much. So even though the damage could be seen as kind of low, you're consistently hitting those shots. You don't have to worry about missing. You don't have to, you know, really worry about anything. Just hit the shots. It does cut in a little bit of trouble when someone is trying to hide behind cover, either a corner wall or like a half cover, like a counter or something.
Look for another possible vault terminal location.
We do want this, but okay, you're okay. So we can't cancel the goggles early. But yeah, the projectile is really big. That's basically my point. It's hard to miss. So it does do 20 damage, so it's 5 or 6 hits. We're firing fairly quickly again, kind of moderate speed, and it works. You know, it's not the best gun in the game. It's certainly not the worst gun in the game, but it all does come together fairly well. All right, let's talk about our expertise here. You've seen me use it a couple times and just use it on NPCs. Pretty much what it does is anyone in your vision cone, it's supposed to be anyone in your vision, will basically anyone in cover in your vision, you'll drain intel from. So similar to like his expertise 2, if you know that one. But anyone in your vision, you'll just drain their intel. So that's how you can kind of spy check with it if the person you're looking at is a spy and they have intel and you have room for intel, you'll get intel. So pretty easy way to know. Also, I believe even if you don't have room for intel, the like binary numbers effect around the border of your screen will go off if you're draining intel, even if you're not actually getting that intel. So this is probably gone due to that safe being gone. The shot over there. It's interesting. Anyone in this one? Okay. Keycard's great though. Right. So that's if they're in cover. Well, actually, if it's any rival, but it does work if the enemy's in cover. Then if they're out of cover, it applies 2 debuffs. They get exposed, which prevents people from going back into cover. And it also hits them with Neutralised, which prevents them from using their own expertise. I think that's a normal Doug thing. It's just kind of freaking out. So that's why it's really good against Madams and Larsons, because it prevents them from, you know, snapping or poofing away. As long as you can see them. Again, if they duck around a corner, they do get that little bit of time to leave until you can get them back in your sight. But otherwise, really good. You try to pop it in advance of fights, or at least I do. But it's pretty quick. It doesn't have a lot of like charge up time or anything. So yeah. It's definitely like the combat expertise. Alright, we are draining intel, so I'm gonna shoot this guy. There we go. Alright, we're gonna keep this on. It does last a little while. I just want to, you know, check and see if anyone else we were looking at was a spy. We can turn it off now. We don't get any cooldown back for turning it off early. We just, you know, get it back, or get the cooldown started earlier. So there we go. That was a pretty good example again on the Chavez. I don't think we got a good view of what the projectile was, but I will show it off eventually, I'm sure. We have a keycard now for this, and up we go. Now, no need to be too worried. Technicians can't open drawers now. And finally, we have our passive. We're using passive 2. Passive 2 is really simple but really powerful. Probably one of my favorite passives in the whole game, actually. You may have noticed it, but basically for every 10 intel we gain, we can hold an additional 2 intel. So you just saw we used 10 intel and we're still at 16 because we can hold like up to 30 at this point in the game, just because I've been gaining so much intel. So yeah, that's that. You can see on our field upgrade loadout, if you know what the icons are, we don't actually have an intel capacity like we normally do. I like to run that on a green, but we actually aren't running one at all because we just get significantly more intel through this intel capacity through this passive than we would through using that ability anyway. Of using the chip anyway, so I just find it not worthwhile. Kind of a personal preference thing. You could still run one, but yeah. Who is that? Yeah, let's ping here, and then we'll go this way. Which way did they go? Ah, it's another Octo. Probably them right there? Yeah. Alright, that was the last person, so we'll definitely be doing game 2. Once I get out of the vault, I will fire a couple shots and we'll see the actual, you know, the actual projectile size of this weapon, because it's pretty impressive and kind of important. Let me just run over to B extract, it looks. But yeah, that's the whole loadout. We barely got it covered in this game. It is my favorite one. And I'll talk more about why it's my favorite one in the next game once we get there. And we'll get into some ways it works together well and reasons why I like this. Alright, let's step outside here. Alright, so here's the projectile. You can see it's kind of hard to see on that background, but like it's a big box, a big like cube. That's a pretty good view of it. So if someone's like behind the corner, I'm hitting the corner and it's not going around the corner. Okay, you need to go away. I'm trying to show something. So if you shoot there, it goes around. But if you do this, the box actually lands and hits the corner of that box. So you do kind of have to aim wide almost to get it to go around. I don't really think I need to do that in this game, but maybe in the next game we'll see me trying to aim slightly further away from the actual cover someone's trying to use. Alright, how did we do? I was like mostly talking and not fully paying attention as to how many people we were killing. I think we got 3, maybe 4? 4. Alright, well, I'll do one more game with this. Let me actually click play right here, and I'll see you guys in that game in a moment. Alright, we are back with our game 2 of my favorite Octo build. Did realize between games here that there was something I forgot to mention about the weapon. Okay, that person like ran right to intel out the start, and I was like, there's a small chance this is a player. It wasn't a player, but if it was, that would have been really cool. I mean, I don't think we would have been able to really fight them, but it would have been cool. Let's talk about the thing I forgot. Pretty much, if you're using this weapon, the ADS mode does a little bit more than I originally mentioned. Totally forgot about this because I never hipfire. Or I try to hipfire as little as possible. But when or if you land the ADS shot, it actually automatically reloads. That was weird. All your other shots, like your regular ammo. We're gonna pop this because weird things are happening a little bit. Think we're okay? I'm not gaining my 2 intel from anyone. I might walk around with this on for a moment, just in case. I think we're good. All right. Okay. So yeah, you can kind of we can assume that the way they wanted you or expected people to use this weapon was to sort of fire your 5 shots off, then fire an ADS or 2 to get that reloaded and do some damage, and then maybe fire some more hipfire shots. Is kind of what I like reading the bonus on the ADS. Ooh, let's grab that. How it reloads is how I would kind of expect it to be played, but in my experience it doesn't play well that way, and it's better to just use the ADS only with that guaranteed 20 damage, and that, you know, really hard to avoid projectile, hard to miss projectile. Oh, you're fine, yeah. I knew you were fine. Ah, what the heck? How did that miss? Alright, let's do this. We do want to get a bunch of intel because, again, we're Octo. We would just like to get as much intel as possible to get our passive rolling better.
Where's the challenge?
So we are going to take a second, open all the drawers in here. It's not like we have to pretend to not be here. I couldn't get these without getting that.
More, I want more.
I'm not going to wait for my goggles to come back up, but okay. Alright, get this. Decent start. Pop these 3. Maybe open these drawers. I think you're probably fine. Oh, you're not fine. No, you might be fine. I actually don't know. I didn't have time. Maybe walk in behind this guy and see what's what.
Deactivating.
Yeah, you're not fine. So you can see even before we gained a before we gained any intel, we actually had the binary effect around. So I actually knew before we had even gained the first intel that that was going to be a player, and they just kind of sprinted in here. Not even though elite guards can do that, it's still really sus if you see it happen. So I thought we would at least check it out. That was D, E next, maybe E to C to A to B, B to A. One of those two. We're gonna have to stop at a green room along the way, but luckily there's one right here. All right. So the way I try to play this build, there's really no... you know what? There is... The point of me gambling here is there's a tiny percentage chance we get the keycard, but more importantly than that, I get to spend intel. And when I spend intel, I can get intel, and when I get intel, I can hold intel. So it all works out. Honestly, it might even be not correct, but useful to just hack these like green safes, just so I can spend intel so I have more room to get intel, especially now that I have all these keycards. I'm not going to be spending any intel on any doors. Except maybe one. Let's pop this as we go in case we find whoever. I think we saw someone, because I think we gained one intel on the way in. It was rather unexpected. No? I thought someone might be a plant or something. But it seems like not. What was that? Fine. Okay.
Open. Time to really get this party started.
All right, to the vault. Kind of been a quick game, but it is Silver Reef, so not entirely unexpected. Yeah, Octo with keycards is a bit odd. You almost don't want them with this passive so that you can actually spend more intel. Because there I'm capped out. I can't actually hack more intel. I have to spend intel, and I can do that by firing, but that's kind of loud. Like I can spend intel at any point by just shooting my gun. But it's a little loud, and, you know, brings guards that I don't want near me. Alright, down we go. We already got the right outfit. And, let's see what's up. No big silvery fight, at least not one I was part of. Let's hop on up. And... might even stop to hack those after. Kind of might want to rush. No, because we don't want to come back out this way. We can get these 7. Alright. So anyway, the way I play this weapon, and the way it all kind of comes together for me, is I want to... My goal is to only shoot the ADS shot. I want that big projectile I can't miss, that's going to do 20 damage. You know, and I only have to hit 6 of them if someone has a health chip. So that's why I got the expertise 3, which is really only his real only combat expertise. The other one are very utility based. This one actually will debuff someone with exposed and neutralized, as well as getting intel. The gaining intel is pretty important, because if we are, you know, shooting intel only, we need intel. So if we ever run out, or to prevent us from running out, we can just, we're just gonna do this and then get this 3. The package with Octo allowing us to just boost our passive 2 like this, kind of impressive. One person way over there. It was a Sasori, so we will want to expose them to prevent any poison if we can, as well as take a the fight as ranged as possible. Oh, that's not a Sasori, that's a Chavez. Where was... is that the one? Maybe I just read it. Maybe I just saw wrong. There's a chance I am just blind. Now he's heading this way now, or that way now. Chavez we definitely want to prevent from using his expertise, no matter which expertise it is. But like I said, we can't just burn intel here to do stuff, or just basically sneak through, right? Like I could just keep walking with this up. There he goes that way. We could go this way, all the way over to C. He's already ducked his head this way. We barely used any of our max intel. Look, I still got 10, which is the amount you usually start with. Or you do start with. Octo still starts with the 10. Let's keep this door open, and we're gonna have to run. I just wanted this 3. Let's get going. Maybe we can make it out to C. Is there anyone else? No, it's just the one Chavez. You look like you're not moving anytime soon. I kind of want an NPC that's moving to prevent them from knowing exactly what we're disguised as. Doesn't look like there's gonna be too much fighting this game. We did get a good kill on that Octo from way back. sure we got this on to prevent him from doing his thing. There we go. We did do some normal shots there. I know I literally like just finished saying I don't like to do the normal shots, but they do come in handy at that range because again, the projectile is so big and there was other NPCs I didn't want to hit. I wanted to be precise is basically why I didn't use it. And then as soon as the way was clear, he got kind of close enough or away from other NPCs, we switched immediately to those ADS shots for that basically additional 10 damage unless you're landing those headshots. So that's my favorite Octo build. I think it's still good even after the Holiday Rumble. I mean, this wasn't nerfed at all, just other agents are better than they used to be, or worse in some cases. So I think this is still really good in the current meta game. And, well, comment on your thoughts, I guess. What else do I say? It's been so long since I've done one of these. Comment on your thoughts and like the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe for Deceive Inc content like this. We'll be going back to daily in a little bit. Just again, once probably in the new year, we'll be going back to daily again. And I will see you all in the next one.